Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So excited to have you with us on today to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Hey, this is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. And we're glad to be able to have the opportunity to mourn in a meaningful manner on today. Make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post if it's a blessing to you. 10 times out of 10 is going to be a blessing to them. If you know somebody that's dealing with loss, change, and transition, somebody that is going through a season of mourning themselves, they may need this morning message on this morning. And so please like, share, tag somebody in this post. Today is day 177. This message is going to be straight from heaven. We're going to talk about I am a singular creation. I am a singular creation. Let's talk about it. There's only one me, baby, baby. There's never been another just like me. There never will be again. I am a once in infinity miracle. That you are a singular creation. The Bible says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is nobody like you, will never be nobody like you again in all of eternity. You are a singular, one of a kind, designer, original, a singular creation. You are unique. You are a masterpiece trying to masterpiece. Have you heard that before? I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. You are definitely a masterpiece. And in this season of grief, you are trying to masterpiece. You are a singular creation. Where we're going with this. This means that all by myself, independent of all of my relationships with other people in life, including the person who died, I am a unique and special child of God. This means that all by myself, independent of all of my relationships with other people in my life, including the person who died, I am a unique and special child of God. That even though I'm just little old me, I am also individually amazing. I'm working on getting to know me again and living out my uniqueness. Y'all, independent of all your relationships with other people, including the person who died, I love it. You are unique and you're a special child of God. So many times we can begin to take on the identities of um, we start to be or take on the identities of of how people see us or those that need us, right? And sometimes along the way, we lose us in the process, right? Because this is the reality. We take on the identity of mother. We take on the identity of child. We take on the identity of sister. We take on the identity of friend. We take on all of these different characteristics, right? A wife, a husband, a father, a brother, all of this stuff, the people that pull on us, the people that need us, we begin to take on these identities. We begin to play these roles, right? And if you're not careful, you will think that you are, that's the essence of who you are, right? And the reality is you are unique. You are a unique creation, even aside from those things. Because given the opportunity not to play that role again, the question becomes, who are you, right? That yes, I know you're a wife, I know your husband, but if your spouse dies and you cease to play that role, who are you, right? Yes, you're a mother, you're a father, but if your child happens to transition before you and you no longer play that role, then it becomes, who are you? A lot of times we get lost in the sauce of what we do and who we've become, and we lose the essence and the fact that you are a unique individual in and of yourself, aside from the titles that you take on, aside from the roles that you play, aside from all of these things that you embody, right? You are a unique individual. You are a unique child of God, right? And that's what you got to tap into. That's what you have to really bring to the forefront and get to know and understand, right? That this means that all by myself, you hear that? All by myself, independent of all of my relationships with other people in life, including the person who died, I am a unique and special child of God, independent of all my relationships, all by myself. So I want to even want to ask you, like, who are you, right? I'm not asking what do you do. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a pastor, I'm a preacher, I'm a teacher. Independent of all of that. Because if you can no longer do any of that, the question still remains, who are you, right? You have to know that all by yourself, independent of all of the relationships, you are a unique child of God, right? And this is something that I really want you to begin to know and understand. Even though I'm just little old me, I am also individually amazing. Did you know that you were individually amazing? That you know that in and of yourself, you are individually amazing? Did you know that independent of all other relationships, right? That you are absolutely positively amazing. Because if you're not careful, you will try to derive your worth from the role that you play. And then when you feel undervalued, or when you allow other people to appraise your worth, you always come in undervalued because you don't feel appreciated as a mother. All this stuff that I do, I cook, I clean, I make sure these kids get to and fro, and buy stuff at the last minute for them to do their projects, and make sure they got meals and money and this, that, and the other. Blah, 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 and they don't tell them, and I just feel unappreciated. They don't appreciate nothing. And all that I do for my spouse, all that I do for my husband, all that I do for everybody, and so because they don't value your worth, because you leave it in their hands to appraise, like a house, to appraise your worth. You let them appraise your worth, you always come in undervalued, right? Like a house that could be worth $250,000, and the appraiser come back and say, nah, it's only 200,000. You're like, wait a minute, I know this house is worth more than that, right? When you will let other people appraise your worth, you will always come in undervalued, right? So you have to know in and of yourself, aside from the roles that you play, you got to know how valuable you are, right? You have to know that individually, in and of yourself, right? That you are absolutely amazing. Here it is. I'm working on getting to know me again and living out my uniqueness. You hear that? I'm working on getting to know me again and living out my uniqueness. Work on getting to know you, right? And live out your uniqueness. Work on getting to know you. Say, for instance, it could be restaurant choices, and you always bend to the desire of your children or your husband or your wife or whoever's in the car. So whatever they want, you always bend to their, well, I don't want to hear their mouth. I'm just gonna be. But the question becomes, what do you want, right? When you get to know you, it's always what everybody else wants to do. No, what do you want to do, right? Is getting to know you. It's not bending to the will of other people to try to accommodate their needs, right? There has to be time for you. There has to be a space and a place for you. There has to be room for you to uniquely walk in your authenticity, right? What do you like to do? What do you love to do, right? What is unique to you? What do you love to eat? What do you find relaxing, right? See, last Sunday's coming up. We talk about rest your body, recharge your emotions, refocus your spirit. And we had this discussion last year when it was going on. Because Lady Tamika was like, well, I want to do so and so, so and so. And I said, I don't want to do that. That's how you are going to recharge. This is not, let's do this together, because I'm going to be doing something that you want to do that I don't necessarily want to do. So you recharge the way you recharge. I'm going to recharge the way I recharge. You rest the way you want to rest. I'm going to rest the way I want to rest. You refocus your spirit the way you want to refocus your spirit. I'm going to refocus my spirit the way I want to do, because this is the time for you to be selfish, right? And not to bend to the needs, the desires, the wants of other people, but for you to explore and not ignore, right? What gives you rest? What gives you refocus? What gives you recharge? And that's what you got to discover for your own life. That's what you got to discover for your own self, right? I'm working on getting to know me again and living out my uniqueness. And I want to say this, even as it relates to grief for the person who died, we tend to focus on the role we played in their life, right? We tend to focus on the role or they played in our life or the role we played in their life, right? And so it's getting to know you, even aside from that, as you continue to navigate through this process, is getting to the core of who you are, right? Because that's what you did, but it's not the essence perhaps of who you were, right? Because once again, if you remove them out of the picture, right, who are you, right? What who are you, right? And so this is so very important for you to know and understand. I'm working on getting to know me again and living out my uniqueness. Here's the final thought. This soul inside me shines. This soul inside me shines. And I want y'all to continue to let that soul on the inside of you to shine, right? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, and y'all better let it shine. Come on, questions if you got them this morning. You both supposed to agree on the same thing. New, new, new. Not in this particular case, right? So we talking about Sea Life Sunday. So if we talking about rest, we're talking about rest. I may want to rest in particular. She may want to sleep in. I may not. I may rest through meditation or silence, or, you know, for me, going for a rest might be going for a walk, right? And so for this particular instance is, or recharge. Some people recharge through relationships. Some people are recharged through silence. Some people recharge through um, fellowship, you know. So it's what works for you, right? In this particular instance. And so, yep, it's doing that. Questions, 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 questions. I appreciate y'all joining us on today. Look, I'm hoping and pray y'all have a terrific Tuesday as y'all continue to navigate through this thing called life. Thank y'all for joining us on this morning. All right. Well, today is day 177. I told y'all this word was straight from heaven. I am a singular creation. I want y'all to focus on that, y'all. Get back to you. Not the roles that you play, right? Not the expectations that other people put on you in this life, but get back to you. And I hope y'all get back to you today, tomorrow, the rest of the week, the rest of your life. Pastor Corey Allen, I can say I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Good morning. Let's go.